Hello students, welcome to my YouTube channel Scope IIT. Today we will discuss about the topic instruction format. Now what do you mean by instruction format? So the instruction format that defines how instructions are represented in computer's memory. Okay, so basically it is nothing but the representation of instructions in a memory. Okay, that is known as instruction format. There are many different types of instruction format, but before that, what is the main format of the instruction? So it's divided into three parts. One is your addressing mode, another one is your OP code, and the third one is your operand. Now, what do you mean by OP code? OP code basically, this field specifies the operation to be performed by CPU. Okay, for example, if I write add R1, R2, for example, okay. R1, R2 for example. So now here which operation we are performing? Add. So OP code basically it will specify the operation to be performed by the CPU. So basically add operation will be stored in OP code, that is operation code. Right. The next is the operand. Operand basically this field contains the data or addresses to data on which the operation has to be performed, right? So you have to perform operation. Okay, so operation to be performed on which operand? Okay, so here R1 and R2 basically is known as the operand on which we are going to perform the operation. Then the third one is addressing mode. So this specifies how to interpret the operand such as direct, indirect, or you can say immediate addressing. Okay, now you want to know. So in addressing mode, it will store which addressing mode you have used for this instruction format, right? So these are the three field: addressing mode, OP code, and operand. Now, if we'll discuss about the types of instruction format, so there are four types of instruction format. One is your 3 address instruction, 2 address instruction, 3 address instruction, and 0 address instruction. Now see, what do you mean by 3 address instruction? 3 address instruction means this one. One will be your OP code. OP code, that means, for example, if I write add R1, R2, R3. Okay, so here you can see after add operation, that means OP code. Okay, OP code means which operation you want to perform. So add will be stored in OP code. Now after that, how many addresses are there? 3. So that's why it is known as 3 address instruction. Now after OP code, if you give only 2 address, so that is a 2 address instruction. So what is the example for 2 address instruction? Add R1, R2. R1, R2. Why? Because here how many instructions are there? After add, only 2 addresses are there, right? So that's why 2 address instruction. Next is OP code address. Now here add R1. Okay, so we'll pass only one address. So this is known as your one address instruction. Then the last one is 0 address instruction. In 0 address instruction, we will write only add. Okay, we will not write any address over here. Now, how operation will be performed in that case? Okay, so this topics in detail we are going to see next one. Okay, so let us see. Now see, here these are the different types of instruction. First is your 3 address instruction. That means it specifies 3 operand, contain 2 source operand and 1 destination operand. What do you mean by that? That means, now example is add. Now you understood that one, right? That 3 address instruction means after add there are 3 address. Okay, R1, R2 and R3. That's why it is known as 3 address instruction. But here what will happen? How the operation will be performed? Operation will be like this. R1 is equals to R2 plus R3. Okay, so addition of R2 and R3 will be stored in R1. So here how many source operand are there? 2. That is R2 and R3 is the source operand and only one destination operand where we are going to store the answer, that is result. So that is your R1. Understood? Now this format allows for more complex operation and direct representation of the expression. And it is mostly used in high level language like compilers, optimizers, etc. Okay. So this is your 3 address instruction. Next is 2 address instruction. It allows for 2 operand to be specified. Okay. This operand can be registers or memory locations. The result can override one of the source operand or can store in a separate location. So here how many operands will be there? Only 2. So we will pass only 2 address. So in that case, how operation will be performed? So here operation will be performed like this. R1 is equals to R1 plus R2. So addition of R1 and R2 will be stored in R1 only. Okay. Next is one address instruction. It specifies a single operand that is typically held in accumulator. So accumulator basically it is an implicit register which is used in the operation. The result can be either stored in accumulator or even you can store it in another location. Okay. So here it is written as add R1. What it is written? Add R1. So where it will add? So it will add the R1 value to the accumulator value by default. Understood? Because addition cannot be performed with single. Correct? Addition means one more we need, operand is needed to perform addition, right? So here add R1 means it will add the R1 value to the accumulator value. Okay. Then the last one is zero address instruction. It's operand without specifying any operand explicitly. So basically for zero address instruction we will use stack. Okay, so it is used in stack-based architecture. This instruction rely on stack to store operand. The operation are performed on the top of the stack and the result are also stored in the stack. So now here we will not pass any address. That's why zero address instruction. So we will not pass any address. Then how it will perform the addition? It will be perform the addition of which operand? Okay. So here what happens? Suppose if I write load A. So what will happen? A value will be stored. Okay. Or otherwise as they said, they will use this one stack. Okay. So no load needed. Okay. As we are using the stack now. So what we'll do? We'll write push A. So what will happen? A value will be pushed to stack. Then next I'll give the operation push B. What I'll write? Push B. So what will happen? B value will be stored in stack. Now the next, suppose if I write add. What I'll write? Add operation. What do you mean by that? That means it will pop this both element and it will perform the addition, that is A plus B. Understood? So this is the way how zero address instruction also we can perform the addition. It will perform the addition of last topmost element of the stack. I hope it's clear. Now, mostly in exam, they will ask a numerical. In engineering, BCA, MCA, if you have this subject in your syllabus, then in exam, they will ask a numerical like this. See. Evaluate the arithmetic statements like x is equals to a plus b into c plus d. Now they will tell you to express this, to evaluate this in 3 address instruction, 2 address instruction, 1 address instruction and 0 address instruction. Okay, so how to do one by one we'll see. So first of all I'll explain you with 3 address instruction. Now in 3 address instruction how many address we can have? 3. So first I'll write the question only. Okay, so it will be clear for you how to solve it. A plus B into they want to perform C plus D. Okay. So first I'll perform A plus B. Okay. So how to write? From here I'm writing. So here it will be written as first what you want to do? Addition. Okay. So we'll directly write here add. Addition of which variable? Which operand? Add A. But now here we need how many operand? We need 3 operand, right? So if you write only A comma B. So what will happen? Addition of 2. But here we need 3. So what we'll do? We'll take one register R1 and then we will write A comma B. So here what will happen? Here R1 will store the value of A plus B. So that is addition of A plus B will be stored in R. Okay. Next which operation will perform? Addition is done. So next is multiplication. Next is again addition of C and D. So what will write? Add. What is the operation? CD. So how to write it? Take one more register R2, comma C, comma D. Right. So now here addition of C and D will be stored in R2. So how the operation will be performed? R2 is equals to C plus D. Okay. Now see. So this is stored in R1 register. Now this is stored in R2 register. Correct. So now where the final answer will be stored, R1 multiplied by R2, final answer should be stored in X variable, right? So here what we will write? We'll write mul because multiplication, right? So we'll write here mul. Then we want to store it in X. Okay, so X comma R1 comma R2. So that means perform multiplication between R1 and R2 and store it in X. So it will be done like this. X is equals to R1 into R2. Okay. So this is a way we write 3 address instruction format for this given expression. Okay. Only 3 line code is needed. Now, how to express it in 2 address instruction. We'll see. 2 address instruction. Now see, so in 2 address instruction, we can have only 2, right? So here how to do? First of all, I write the quotient here also. A plus B into C plus D, right? Now here. So what I'll do over here? Here actually I can perform directly, no? But for that I need to move it, right? So here I'll write move R1 comma A. Okay, so what I did, value of R1, or I can say move R1, or even you can move B also, that is also fine. Okay, so move R1 comma B. Otherwise, if you want A also is fine. Okay, don't think like A is not possible. I'll make it as A only, right? So move R1 comma A. So A value I have stored it in which register now? R1. Okay, now what I'll do, I'll add B value to R1 only. So complete it will become R1, right? So next move R1 comma A. So what will happen in register R1? They will store the value of A, right? Now here next I'll write add R1 comma B. So what will happen? Whatever value is there in R1, okay? Whatever value is there in R1, we will add R1 value with B. So what is the values there in R1? A. So basically what operation it has performed? A plus B. So now this complete is stored in which register? R1 register, right? Now we will do C plus D. So again, move R2 comma C. Move R2 comma C. Then again which operation we want to perform? Add. So we will write here add, and where we want to store R2, right? So here we will write add R2 comma D. So D will be stored in R1. Okay. So here it will be R2 is equals to R2 plus D. And what value is stored in R2? That is C. So C plus D is stored in R2. So now this is completely stored in R2. Okay. Now after that, now what we want to perform? Multiplication of R1 and R2. Okay. But here we cannot store directly in X because it's 2 address instruction, right? So here what I'll do, I'll write mul, where that is multiplication of R1 comma R2. Okay. So here what will happen? R1 is equals to R1 multiplied by R2. Okay, so multiplication of R1 and R2 is stored in R1 now. Okay, so now this complete operation now is stored in R1. Now what I want to move R1 value to which variable? X. Okay, so here I'll write move X comma R1. So R1 value finally stored in X variable. So this is a way we perform 2 address instruction for given expression. Now let us see how to perform 1 address instruction. For 1 address instruction, okay. One address instruction. Okay, so what is the expression? Also, I'll write it here. A plus B multiplied by C plus D. Okay, now see here. Now, there can be only one address, okay? And we need to use accumulator as I explained you. So what I'll do, I'll write here load A. What I'll write? Load A. Load A means what will happen? Value of A right now is stored in accumulator. Okay, I'll make here one variable accumulator so it will be clear for you. Okay, so that means A value right now they are stored in accumulator. Okay. The next I'll write add B. So what will happen with add B? Add B means B value will be stored in, B value will be added to the value in accumulator. So I'll write add B, right? So add B means B value will be added to the accumulator value. And accumulator value right now is A. So it will become A plus B. Understood? Now, after that, the next operation, so right? So now, see, accumulator means it can store only one value, okay? So if you want to load C in accumulator, that means you need to store it somewhere. So what I'll write? I'll write here store T. So basically, I'll take one more variable that is T, where I have stored A plus B value, okay? So A plus B value I have shifted to T. So now my accumulator is empty, okay? Next, load C. So now your accumulator will have what value? C. After that again what you want to do? Add. So I'll write add T. So what will happen? In accumulator they'll add the value of D. Understanding? Now here as the value is added to accumulator, now accumulator will have the addition of C and D. Okay. Now here if I write directly, okay. If I write directly mul which is stored in T. Okay, so if I write directly multi, what will happen? So whatever value is there in accumulator, it will multiply it with T value. And what is the T value? A plus B. Correct. So now in accumulator, the value stored is T. Okay, now we already got it. Okay, so now what I'll write? I'll write finally store. Where you want to store this complete value? You want to store it in X. So I will write here store X. Now, why I have not here move? Why I have not here used here move? Because when you are using move, okay, at that time if you want to move the value, this one accumulator value to X, so you need to pass two argument in move. Understood? So that's why we cannot use move over here. I hope it's clear. Okay. So next I'll explain you how to do zero address instruction for this one. Okay. But before zero address instruction, okay, before zero address instruction, what will happen? Na? You should know how to find the postfix of the given expression. Okay. So here the expression which they have given you, that is x is equals to, in bracket, a plus b multiplied by c plus d, right? Now here, if you want to perform, if you want to evaluate it using zero address instruction, then you need to find the postfix of this one. What I meant by postfix? So postfix expression, I've already covered this topic in my stack, okay, stack portion. So you can check my data structure playlist. In that, conversion from infix to prefix, infix to postfix, I have already explained. Okay, so you can watch that video. Now, what is the postfix expression for this one? So if we'll convert this one to postfix, it will become AB plus. In postfix, operator will go at last. Okay. Now this is one term multiplied by, this will become CD plus. Now this is one term. So final answer will be AB plus CD plus multiply. Okay, multiplication will go at last. Okay, so now this is your postfix expression. So now how to write the code for zero address instruction? Now we see which is the first one. If first one is alphabet, you should push it. Okay, and when it is an operator, at that time you should perform the operation. So what we'll write? We'll write here push A. So that means A value will be stored in stack. Okay. If you want, I can show you implementation also. The next, which is alphabet B. So what I'll write? Push B. What will happen? B value will be stored in stack. Now next is an operand. Okay, so we'll write here add. So when you write here add, what will happen? This two element will be popped from stack and it will perform the addition of A plus B. Okay. After the next is what? CD. So we'll write here push C. Okay, and then next is push D. Push D, right? After that, again, what is the operator? Add. So what we'll write here? Add. Okay, so now here also, after doing that, your stack is empty. So it will store C, then it will store D. Once again add operator, it will pop both, it will do C plus D. Okay. Now after doing that, what is the next operator? Multiplication. So we'll write directly here mul. Okay, so what it will do? Now see, A plus B addition was done. So final A plus D value was stored here. After that CD addition, so they have pop CD, they have perform addition, then finally you have C plus D. After that multiplication, so this will take the first value, that is A plus C. Okay, they will multiply this value with C plus D. That's what we want, right? Like that operation will be performed. So now we wrote here mul. Okay, now after doing that, finally where you want to store your value? Here finally you want to store your value in X. So what you will write? You will write here pop X. Okay, so that means pop this all whatever is there and store it in X. So this is a way we write instruction format for 3 address instruction, 2 address instruction, 1 address instruction and 0 address instruction. If any doubt, any question, you can ask it in the comment box. Definitely I'll reply. And if you like my channel, please like and subscribe. Thank you.